dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, welcome to all of you for the Holistic Wellness Program. Today, we are going to commence the program now. Before commencing the program, my sincere pronounce to my beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji and Mother Babaji, all the masters, all the astral masters, all the pyramid masters. So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, today, 1 hour long program. Today, the first 45 minutes, we'll be doing a deep meditation. After that, 15-20 minutes are spiritual wisdom. We'll be sharing some spiritual wisdom, right? So let's start the meditation. Before starting the meditation, I'll teach 2 mudras today. One is for the acidity problem. Second is for the memory loss. Okay, just remember the simple mudras. Okay, so whenever you have that kind of issues, please use it in your daily life. The number 1, acidity problem. See, the acidity problem, it happens, with many people. Sometimes it happens, right? So all because of the indigestion process. The digestion is not proper. So obviously the gas will produce, either you have got more amount of secretions happened within the stomach, the bile juice and whatever the digestion juices, which are secreted more or which are secreted less. Okay, not to the equal quantity. So that's where what happened, the imbalance will take place, and then so probably the acid will increase. The acid will increase. So that we'll be able to, you'll be getting the gastric problem, acidity problem. Most of the times, we feel burning in the stomach, burning in the mouth, isn't it? So all this will happen. And the gastric also the similar issue. So it comes directly, the gas will come and, you'll be observing the effect of the gas in the mouth also. Basically, the taste of the mouth will change, right? So all that will happen. So this is acid problem. The acid problem is also, the other reason for that is liver. Liver is not functioning properly. Okay, why the liver doesn't function properly? Because sometimes it's because of alcohol and the cigarette, all this, that kind of a bad habits, right? Also, many people nowadays, we undergo a lot of stress. The stress will impact the liver also. In fact, the function of the liver. That is where when the liver doesn't work properly, isn't it? It doesn't generate the bile juice properly, the stomach, then this problem will come. This acidity problem will come. So any food we take, that most of the times it is acidic in nature. To convert that acidic in nature food in the stomach into the alkaline nature, the liver has to produce the bile juice. The bile juice directly go and enter into the something called in the stomach. Basically, after the stomach, there is a duodenum. Duodenum will go and enter there. It will convert the entire food from acidic to alkaline nature. So that's how it does. But what happens most of the times, this liver doesn't work properly, okay, because of many other issues. So it gets into, then obviously the food, whatever you eat, is more of acidic in nature. So that produces a lot of acid, and then it in turn produce a lot of gas. Okay, that's how the problem will come. But this problem to avoid, and if at all it happens also, in order to balance out and in order to come out of this acidic problem, one mudra, that is, this mudra is called Prithvi mudra. Okay, please note this. You just carefully observe how to do. You can practice this mudra whenever you get that kind of problem, acidity problem, right? See here, now these are thumb finger, and then this is ring finger. Gently touch both like this, and gently touch both. Okay, do like this, then keep it like this. Keep on thighs. Sit straight. Take 3-4 breathings, long breathings. Then close your eyes and do it. Otherwise, with open eyes also, you can do this practice of mudra. But basically, this is the mudra, Prithvi mudra. This balance out the earth element inside you. That's called Prithvi. Prithvi means earth element. It's going to balance out the Prithvi element or earth element within your body. So that's how it reduces and it avoid this acidity problem within you. Okay, this is number 1. The other one is memory loss, my dear friends. Why does the memory loss happens? Mostly lack of sleep, proper sleep. Okay, and sometimes some kind of any accidents, or accident happened, the brain got affected, the brain got impacted. There's also another reason. And also Some people have got all these bad habits like drinking, alcohol, all this stuff. So that also will impact the memory basically, right? So likewise, so maybe many people Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson disease. So all these people, what happened? The memory will be lost. That is the less of memory, the loss of memory. They keep suffering. They don't remember names. They don't remember the opposite person. All that will happen. Sometimes they forget about the all other things. Whatever they learn, for example, today they learn, by tomorrow they forget. They cannot be able to reproduce it, isn't it? So that problem will be there in the students and adults and more. So the one major problem is the stress what they go through, and also the lack of proper sleep. Okay, the proper sleep is the major reason for this memory loss. Of course, if you keep doing meditation, it will improve a lot. It is going to improve a lot the memory power concentration. Anyhow, but in a temporary measure and wherever you wanted, you can use this mudra. This called, see this one. This mudra is Dhyana mudra, chin mudra. Very simple. This is the index finger, thumb finger. Just gently touch, and other three fingers straight. Okay. Do like this. Keep it like this, and keep on thighs. Okay. Then keep practicing. So this mudra is Dhyana mudra, my dear friends. Okay. Right. So please use this mudras, two mudras, whenever you wanted. Now let's start the meditation, friends. Let's go into the meditation. All of you, please sit in the Anapanasati meditation. Close your eyes. Make yourself around you darker. That's better. Close your eyes. Cross your fingers. Cross the legs. Downside. Sit straight. Your back must be straight. Now close the eyes. Start observing natural breath. Natural, simple, tender, generic, peaceful, harmonious, tranquil breath. Go on, observe the breath. Go on, observe the natural breath. Do not open the eyes until I say okay. Keep observing the breath, my dear friends. Go on, observe the breath. The breath which is going inside, the breath which is coming outside. Uchvasa, Nisvasa. Anapanasati. Ana means in breathing. Apana means out breathing. Keep observing that. Be a witness. Be a grand witness. Be a great witness. Keep on observe the breath. That's all. No kumbhaka, no rachaka. No mantra, no japa, no god forms, no nam kirtans, nothing. Should not do anything at all. Do not encourage anything to think. Mind should not think anything. Mind should avoid complete all the thoughts, whichever thought it may be. Even though it's important thought, doesn't matter. During meditation, it has to be zero. You should make it zero. That is the purpose of meditation. Go on, observe the breath. No more thoughts. Whatever it may be, how much ever important it may be. Don't think anything. Just be with your natural, simple flow breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly place both your hands on your eyes for 5 more seconds. Gently place your eyes. Place your hands on your eyes gently. Gently touch your eyes with your both hands. Keep it for 5 more seconds like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly take your hands and slowly open your eyes. Yes, friends, slowly come back. Slowly come to the body awareness. Everybody, slowly move your hands slowly and then come back to body awareness. Come back to normal and switch on your videos. Yes. So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, till now we have done wonderful meditation with the wonderful music, the deep music, melodious music. You all enjoyed the meditation. We received a good amount of energy, cosmic energy, my dear friends. Right. Now let's see the let's share the spiritual wisdom for today. Friends, today's spiritual wisdom is that great teachings of Jesus Christ, the Mahan Yogi, Jesus Christ. Also, whether Jesus Christ has come to India or not. Okay. So little evidences are there, not much, but still. So it is true that, it is very much true. It's very much true that is the truth, that actual truth. He came to India, and of course, he learned a lot from the India. India means especially the Eastern world. Okay, the Eastern world, not the Western world. Okay, right. Let's see all that. So, my dear friends, so Jesus Christ, of course, you all know about. Is the founder He is the founder of Christianity. Every one of us know the founder of the Christianity, and he has written. And of course, his teachings are recorded as a New Testament, the Old Testament and New Testament. The New Testaments has got a lot of teachings, great teachings. Today we are going to discuss some of the teachings from the New Testament. We must all read that, like how we read Bhagavad Gita, must also read the New Testament, which is written by, or which the teachings of Jesus Christ were very much depicted or described there. And as he's the founder of the so-called the Christianity, generally, as such, he didn't found anything. Okay, he didn't find or he didn't construct, he didn't establish anything, friends. What he know that so that point of time, what he realized by himself, going through the meditation, the deep sadhana, whatever. So whatever he learned, he started sharing with the people. He started amending the people, basically. So he was trying to transform the people from the so-called the worst life to the best life. Okay. So because the worst thinking and all the worst needs, so those days, so very, very much prevalent. So in order to make them, in order to uplift them in the society, he tried so much. He tried so much by his own the way of teachings. So the great teachings what he has done, with that he's tried so much. But anyhow, as you know the history, that so his teachings basically. So you know that how he was born to Mary Mata. So then after that, as a child, his childhood was in Bethlehem. So all this, right? So he spent a lot of time there, and of course, the slowly by maybe 4 or 5 years age, that time itself he got this interest, and by the age of probably 12 or 13 years, right? At 12, 13 years, this he learned from is a particular family, right? So there were some families who were teaching this kind of all this spirituality those days in their country. So from them, so he learned all these things, and then slowly, and he got more and more interest, and then he went deeper inside, and he went deeper inside. After that, 12 to 13 years or so, even the Testament, in the New Testament also, from 12 years to 30 years of Jesus Christ, there is no mentioning where is he and what did he do in that duration. There is no mentioning at all. Okay. So it means it is missed from the history. Okay. So what did he do in that time? So basically, there are good evidences that between 14 years to 13 years of age, Jesus Christ, he spent maximum time in India. Basically, India means Tibet and Himalayas, all this. And he learned a lot from the Eastern masters or Indian sages. Basically, he learned a lot. He came to the Earth planet, of course, as you all know, after the 500 years of Gautam Buddha left this planet Earth. Okay, he departed. Gautam Buddha departed. After that, 500 years later, the Jesus Christ came. So by the time itself, Gautam Buddha has taught this Anapanasati to the entire world. You know that. So slowly in 500 years, you know how many changes may happen. So in 500 years, again, many people forgot. Many people forgot, especially Western countries. No yogi was there. All the yogis, sages, saints, and all, they were very much available, and they were teaching. All their teachings were great. So they were very much prevalent in Eastern world. Eastern world. In the Western world, there was no yogi at all. So at that point of time, Jesus Christ born. He was growing, and then he became a great yogi. After, of course, he came to the India and done a lot of practice, not a small practices, friends. So he went through rigorous practices in Himalayas and Tibet, or with the great monks. Then only he got into the enlightenment. He got enlightened by himself. In India itself, he got enlightened. After that, of course, he went back to his mother country and Bethlehem. And again, he wanted to teach the people. Some people accepted, some people did not accept. Okay. And slowly, as you know the history, as you go on teaching the same, all these, whatever the teachings I'm going to tell you today, so these teachings were great, and they're all spiritual teachings, all adhyatmika, the adhyatmika principles, right? So in that case, many people didn't like. Now itself, in these days, the so-called developed, like you can say, like modern world and technical world, right? So even now, many of the teachings you can't understand much, right? Many of the people cannot understand. You can imagine the olden days, those days, no education, and not even they don't know much about even physical body, mind, not even soul. First of all, soul, nothing. They do not know anything about it, right? So in those duration, what happened, especially in Western countries, they don't care also, isn't it? So now also you can observe Christianity means they just follow as a religion. They never follow as such that all the principles, all the teachings of Jesus Christ. You cannot see many of the Christians. You just ask them, they don't know what practices he has undergone, especially from 14 years to 13 years age. Where he was he, and what did he do, and what kind of practices he undergone. Nobody knows. In that case, how can they follow the real teachings of Jesus Christ? They cannot follow. They are not following also. Even now also they are not following. So imagine the Christians also. Most Christians, you can see, they used to, they eat non-vegetarian, they kill animals for the food, all that. So that means the compassion. Where is the love and compassion? The love and compassion is the heart, core theme or core subject. You can say core teachings of Jesus Christ. In that case, so that itself is missing from the modern world, from the Christian religion. So even the pastors, all the head of all these you can say monsters or the churches, they also won't teach. Is that that's a cruel activity? It's a violent activity. Do not undertake that. So you have to come out of this. Nobody's telling. And in that case, the love and compassion, what is taught by Jesus Christ, so cannot be matching here and cannot be followed by them. So that's the case, and today's the religion of Christianity, friends. You can understand. So that is why we don't need a religion or a Christianity in order to follow Jesus Christ, in order to live like him, and in order to become like him. We don't need any religion, friends. What we need just is we need just to practice yoga, and through yoga, you can definitely become one such a like Jesus Christ. You also can become Jesus Christ, like a Jesus Christ. Definitely. There's no doubt in that. So that's how. So what we do is in PSSM and Mahavatar Foundation, we undertake to teach this yoga. And to teach the yoga, that means yoga means it's combination of all the, Patanjali yoga. Yoga means he tries to say Ashtanga yoga. right? So right from the like yama, nema, so then comes to the asana, pranayama, right? Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So all this Patanjali has already taught, and Patanjali said very long back. Of course, Patanjali Maharshi came to the Earth planet way back, way back before Gautam Buddha. In fact, so he was the founder of this yoga science, my dear friends. So who is the founder? Patanjali Maharshi. So he has written such a vast and the powerful science, yogic science. So through yogic science only, we are trying to say you also can become like a Buddha, Jesus Christ. You also can become like a anything like a Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramhamsa. You can become a master, no doubt on that. So in that case, so we all need to adopt. Very simple thing is we need to adopt the yoga and yogic science, a part of life. That's all. So what does it what does we try to say all the time in PSSM other foundation is we try to say part of the yoga, start practicing meditation, simple way of doing meditation, right? Whatever we teach here, Anapanasati meditation. It's a very simple method. Plus the Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya, you keep doing these three things, okay? These three main things, if you keep doing, definitely you will become a master. You get self-realization, you also get the great amount of wisdom, you will achieve it, then you will become a master, obviously. In the same life, in this life itself, you can become a master. So we don't tell you to follow very hectic methods, tough methods, like, so the Hatha Yoga, do the Yama Nema, for example. Yama Nema, if you start practicing, you can never enter into the visual science itself. You cannot come and approach the meditation itself. You will miss it, right? So that's why in many of my previous classes, so if you say Patanjali Yoga Sutras, all Patanjali 8 steps, if you see, right, the exact meaning and the way the sequential all the steps, how does we follow? We have a lot of videos which I have done in the earlier classes. You can just refer those videos on the Patanjali Yoga Sutras in English videos, very much available in the Mahavatar TV. So you will get exact understanding of all the 8 steps of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, right? But anyway, so what we do is we majorly focus on dhyana, right? So of course in dhyana itself we have pranayama and asana also. Asana means sukhamaya, the sthira sukha asana. Pranayama means sukhamaya pranayama, like that, So the same dhyana what we do everyday practice, anapanasati dhyana, it has covered all the steps, my dear friends. That's how it is fully explained in the previous classes videos. Please go through the Patanjali Yoga Sutras videos. Anyhow, so we all need to become master one point of time. So in this life or next life, after 100 lives, we have to become master. Without we become masters, my dear friends, we keep coming to this earth planet. As I mentioned in the earlier class, right? So yesterday, in the previous class also, karma and reincarnation. Reincarnation is must. Without you become a master, without you become self-realized or get enlightened, you are supposed to come again and again to this earth planet because you are not finished your lessons. You are still studying the lessons. For example, you are not past 10th standard. How can you go to the 11th standard? You are not allowed to go. Similarly, if you are not finished your lessons on the earth planet, right, and you are not realized, that means what exactly you are. See, what is the task given by Almighty to all of us to on the earth planet? Why you are coming all the time? Just in order to understand yourself. It means you came to the earth planet, you just entered into the physical body, you are a soul consciousness, but we forgot. We forgot that we are a soul consciousness. We are a spiritual being. I am a spiritual body. I am a spiritual body, I'm a spirit body, but I'm entering into the physical body. And I am staying in this earth planet, on this earth planet till some years. Okay. It may be 60, 70, 50, whatever number of years. All depends upon the date what you have taken, the date what you decided in the upper worlds, which is known by your subconscious mind, of course. When you are leaving this earth planet, what time, which year you are leaving this earth planet, which date, which time, your exact time you are leaving this earth planet is known by your subconscious mind. Okay. So if you are able to access your subconscious mind, you will know about your the end date also, friends. The of course the birth date is everybody know. So and the end date also everybody knows. But only thing is we cannot realize until we access the subconscious mind. That is very much within ourselves. Okay. So that's our friends. So when we want to become a master, that is the purpose of life. That's the goal of life, goal of human life. How do you become master? When you realize yourself. What is the realization actually to be taken place? You are a soul consciousness, you are a soul being, you are not this physical body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. You are beyond, you are all the way beyond all these three things. So when you really experience that through meditation, when you get the realization, then you become a master. Once you become a master, you are done with the lessons, then you don't need to come back to the earth planet. Right. So this is the overall, the spiritual science, how it goes, right? Now, so with the same thing, all these great science, the great spiritual science was taught by Jesus Christ in his teachings very widely. Let's see the teachings very fast now. Okay, one by one, we'll try to see. Right. So the first teaching is, my dear friends, seek ye the kingdom of the God and his righteousness first. Then all else will be added to all else will be added unto your life. So what is the meaning of seeking the kingdom of the God? First, first what you do is try to go into the kingdom of the God. Try to find out. Try to find out. So where is the kingdom of the God? Where is the kingdom of the God? Of course, that is within ourselves. So that means we need to seek, we need to search, we need to search for the kingdom of the God first. So nothing else to be done. So you don't need to do anything else. First, you find out where is the kingdom of the God. Try to find out and go inside. Okay. So if you do that, all else will be added. That means whatever else you needed in this physical life, all will be given to you. All will come to your doorstep. Okay. So how do we find the kingdom of the God? That will be again, that is another teaching he has given. So that we'll try to, so we'll cover that also. So now the next point is, that means he said that you seek the kingdom, you search for the kingdom. Okay. That is, and his righteousness and his righteousnesses. Okay. That means seeking the kingdom of the God, searching for the kingdom of the God, and also following the righteousness. What is the righteousness? Righteousness will be not with respect to materialistic life, my dear friends. That is with respect to spiritual life, basically. So with respect to spiritual life, righteousness means doing only meditation. Doing meditation is a righteous job, not doing anything else. So here the righteousness, first what he's saying is not righteousness with respect to materialistic life. Materialistic life. Always remember this. Now the next teaching is the kingdom of the God is within. What he says is the kingdom of the God. Where do you need to search? Search it there. Search within. It is very much there. That's how you can search. You can go through meditation. You can enter in the kingdom of the God through meditation. That also there are many other teachings which he has given. So we'll also see them. I am the son of the God. I and my father are one. I and you are one. See how he's teaching. So the great teaching. I am the son of the God. That means he's not telling that I am the son of some Ramesh, Suresh, all this, So they don't need to mention who are the parents of you on this earth planet. They are true, and in this birth they are parents. In the previous birth they may be your sister, your brother. So in the next life they may be something else. They may be disconnected also. No idea, right? So there's no guarantee that all the physical parents what you find here. So in the previous life what were they? In the next life what were they? Where will be they? Where will be them? So where will be reaching? So you don't know certain whereabouts of them, right? In that case, you don't mention, when you mention here, I am the son of the God, means I am the son of the Paramatma. I am the son of supreme intelligence. That you need to remember, that you need to understand. I and Father are one. Myself, what I have, I am a self consciousness, I am a soul consciousness. My Father is also the great super consciousness, right? I and him is one. There is no difference, basically. He has given everything to me, and I and he both are one. The same thing like Advaita, friends. Advaita, what is taught by Shankaracharya, he also says the same thing. Atma and Paramatma both are same. There is no difference. Okay. So like what he said, I am Brahmasmi. Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma. Isn't it? So that means all the bhutas, that means all the living beings have got the same soul consciousness. No, there's no difference. And also he says, I and you are one. That means, so yourself and mine, we are one. I and my father is one. So likewise, this is a great teaching. So that's what he's saying. He is teaching here oneness, my dear friends. It's a oneness, ekatva. Now, I fasted for 40 days. That's another teaching. What is the 40 days fasting? It's not a physical fasting, friends. What he has done is in his life, 140 days he allocated, he did serious meditation, my dear friends. In the 40 days of his meditation, fasting means mental fasting. Try to understand. Not to think anything. Sit silently, close his eyes, and then start doing meditation. That 40 days he has spent in the meditation, then he got realized, he got enlightened. That's what he's trying to say to all of us. Okay. Unless the other teaching, unless the two eyes becomes one, you cannot enter into the kingdom of the God. What he says is the two eyes, physical eyes, they must become one eye. What is that one eye? Third eye. See, you have to close these two eyes and go into meditation, close these two eyes, and then slowly by doing more and more meditation, the third eye becomes active. When the third eye becomes active, then you can enter into the kingdom of the God. That means when the third eye become active, then only you will be able to see yourself. You'll be able to understand what you are. That means you'll be able to understand the soul consciousness. So that is the meaning of this one. So here he also try to say that this particular third eye is the entry ticket for the kingdom of the God. The entry ticket for the journey what you do in inner journey, the inner journey, or to go into the inside the kingdom of the God. So the entry ticket is this particular so-called third eye, right? So you need to understand that way. And also he also says that, so if there is a thin eye single, thin the whole body shall be the full of light. It means once this the eye becomes single, then you there'll be full of light. There'll be bright amount of light around you. That means your entire, so you'll be filled with the so-called cosmic energy. That's what he says. And unless you become the child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of the God. That's other great teaching, my dear friends. Once you become a child, then what happens? Obviously, you'll be able to enter the kingdom of the God. What is the child? What are the child character? Child character will be pure, and there won't be any kind of a impurities in his mind, and is a fresh, and he don't remember anything, whether good or bad. He doesn't remember anything. He'll be always fresh, right? So he keeps the mind always the pure and clean. So that's the great character of child. So we also need to become like that. What happens now? We keep so many things in the mind. Then these are the obstacles. They are the great obstacles for not entering the cosmic energy into us. Then we never get into realization. Self-realization will never happen unless we receive the great amount of cosmic energy by switching off our mind. So that means in the meditation, we become child. Every yogi become a child, my dear friend. So if you want to become a yogi, you must become a child. Not the childish character, but the childlike character. Childlike character, childish character, both are different. So once you become a childlike, then what happens? We can enter into the kingdom of the God. That means if you are able to switch off the mind, if you are able to maintain the clean mind, pure mind, then that is the eligibility for entering into the kingdom of the God. Okay. So entering the kingdom of the God means like we travel into ourselves, right? We try to find out who we are, what I am. So that is the answer you get once you go inside your own, once you go inside within you. So you go into the kingdom of the God. That is where you find this truth. Okay. Try to always remember this. And also Jesus' two commandments I try to tell you: love thyself with all thy heart. Love thyself with all thy heart. Love thy neighbor like thyself. What is the meaning? It means you have to love yourself with a pure heart. Okay. And also you have to love, however you love yourself, similarly you should love neighbors. Okay. It means here he's not mentioning anything physical love, my dear friends. It's not a physical love. Of course, physical love is necessary, the part of the human life, right? So, but at the same time, what it does is, what he say here is the love. What he says is loving yourself. The meditation is the best love. Spending time with yourself, the meditation is the love what he refers here. So that means you have to practice meditation regularly. So that's the love you are giving to yourself. And also the swadhyaya, sajana sangatya. Similarly, if you are loving others, your neighbors, all this, right? So then you must also teach the meditation. So, and you must also teach this sadhana sangatya, swadhyaya, all these few. If you try to teach them, then what happens is you are really loving them also as you love yourself. So that is the meaning of this, my dear friends. So here, so that's the reason you must remember. So this is the exact meaning of this statement. And also the another one more teaching is man does not live by just by eating bread alone. He says that it means always what we think is, we always think that without eating food I cannot survive. That's not the case. If you do meditation regularly, properly, you don't need much food. Many yogis, they live without food, or probably they try to live with the protein, like they live with the fruits, vegetables, all that, and slowly they live that also. All the physical food they live, slowly they get into the liquid food. After that, they go into the just swasahara. That also it happens, friends. So, and also the another statement, another great teaching: what goes into the mouth that doesn't defeat the person or destroy the person. What come out of the mouth that defeats the person. It means whatever you are talking, be very careful. So talk with the greatest awareness. What it comes out of your mouth, it is going to decide about you. It's going to describe about your own personality. That's very important. So be careful. Talk very with a lot of great awareness. You should must talk. But what goes into mouth that doesn't do anything, that doesn't do much damage to you. What is that? If you take food, for example, it goes into you and it will be digested. It doesn't matter how much it's not going, it may not be going to any much damage. If you eat good food or chemical free food, it does much more better only, right? So that's why here is the thing: what comes out of mouth, what goes into mouth is the food, what comes out of the mouth is words. So these words are very it must be precious, it must be timely, it must not be unnecessarily spoken. Very important. Now, blessed are they who are pure in heart, for they see the kingdom of the God. That means who are pure at heart, pure at heart, like child. Okay, pure at heart means child, like a child only. Then only they can enter into the kingdom of the God. Otherwise they can't enter into kingdom of the God. How do you make your pure heart very pure? So by doing meditation, regular practice of meditation will purify the heart. Then you can enter the kingdom of the God. So other statement is, in my father kingdom there are many mansions. It means, what is the meaning of this statement, my dear friends? It means, so in the spirit world there are many more lokas, many more worlds, right? Which we discussed: Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Suvarloka, Janaloka, Mahaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. There are 7 worlds which I explained, the upper worlds, Urdhva lokas. So all this, if you go on see like this, like infinite world. This is infinite cosmos, isn't it? So there are many worlds which are part of part of my, what you can say, like my God's mansion or my father's mansion, what he says. So it means his father's mansion means, his father means what? Supreme intelligence, Paramatma. So in his mansion, there are many, you can say, like there are many mansions in his kingdom. Maybe his father kingdom and many mansions, many lokas. That's the meaning of it. And oh Lord, these people do not know what they are doing. Please pardon them. This is a statement, great statement he has used on the cross. When he is executed, the cross, on the cross he is executed, isn't it? That time he was telling, still he was telling, he was pardoning them, and he was forgiving them. Basically, what did they say? These people do not know anything what they are doing. Please pardon them. Oh my Lord, please pardon them. It's the greatest statement, my dear friends. So this is the thing we all need to follow. Many times for a small problem, smallest, any small problem is caused by other people. We are not ready to forgive them, so we never pardon them. Then that becomes a big problem, right? Anyway, so don't be afraid of those who can kill only your bodies, cannot touch your souls. Friends, many times we are worried, what will happen to me, what will happen to me? Something happens, if accident or somebody comes and do some damage to me. All that is possible only with the physical body. Your soul will never be touched by anybody. Don't worry. That's what he's telling. And others, Lord, the last but one teaching: heaven and earth shall pass away, but my works will not pass away. What is the meaning? So, friends, whatever we do on this earth planet, the great things, right? So, heaven, earth, everything will shall pass away. But my works, what we do, that means whatever the teachings we do, whatever the great, the with respect to spirituality, all this, whatever we do, which will never be damaged, which will be always persisting throughout the cosmos, throughout the lifetimes also, it will go on, right? That's what we are teaching today. So the Jesus Christ has come 2000 years back, right? Now we are teaching on the Jesus Christ teaching. We are now discussing today. We can understand how long they are going through, right? Similarly, from now also, another other thousands of years also, this will go on. It will never be vanished. So the final teaching is: I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No man come unto me, come unto the Father, but by me. It means, so I am only the truth. Once I'm enlightened, I am the truth, I am the life, everything, right? So that's how he has taught about enlightenment, my dear friends. Okay, these are final you can say the final teaching. So these are the total 15 teachings what I would cover today, friends. So there are of course many more teachings are there, but we try to discuss. So as a the shortage of time, we try to discuss about 15 teachings today. So please try to follow them, right? And you can see the video again also and try to remind yourself. So basically, all these can be remembered properly by three steps basically. One is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. What is Shravana? That means we are listening now. Okay. Manana means repetition. Whatever we learn today, whatever we listen today, so we keep on repeating them tomorrow, day after tomorrow, every day. So maybe once in 2 days, whatever we learned, we want to repeat them. So that once you repeat them, they go and they enter into yourself. It go into the cellular level. You can remember for a long time. You can remember forever. So that's called. So the second one is Manana. Third one is Nididhyasana. If you put them into the practice, okay. If you put them into practice, that's called Nididhyasana. So if you are able to do these three things in the spiritual science, my dear friends, you will get self-realization. That's called Atma Sakshatkara. Okay. So thank you so much, friends. Dhanyavad to all of you for listening till now. Thank you. So any questions you can ask. So we will try to wind up within next 2 minutes, right? Yes. Anybody want to talk? Nayak. Yes. Nayak ji, unmute karo. Yes. Unmute yourself, please now.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you so much for all this precious knowledge. We are getting a lot from you.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for that. So, I wanted to ask what is a soul contract? Like, do we do a soul contract before our birth?
Yes. Yes.
And
That is
and
possible.
second question is, do we have pitru dosha? Like sometimes we come to know that kala sarpa dosa or pitru dosa. So what is that? These two questions.
So this soul contract is very much there. When the soul is traveling from the so-called causal world to the Earth planet, that is Bhuloka, then you will have contract executed there. That means so these are the things I'll do. This much time I needed. So everything is contract. Contract is executed there. So as per that, you come here, but the magic here, or whatever you say, right? So we forget everything after coming here on the Earth planet. So that's how we get into the loop. We get into the cycle of birth and death. We keep coming here and going back. Like, you are given a task you can't find in this life, then you'll go to the next life. There in the next life also you don't find, because you are not only doing just for only searching for this spirituality, right? You are given so many flavors on this earth planet. Then you go on enjoy this flavor, that flavor, cheating him, beating him, and yeah, eating this food, that food, and enjoying whatever here on that planet. There are several flavors, not one flavor. So then we're all lost there. We are totally misleaded, and we lost the way, and then we enter into the all wrong ways, and then we end this life. We end this life or next life also. Like that, after so many lives, what happened? We narrow down ourselves. We narrow down ourselves. Like, how the physical body, you see, from the down, it is wide. As you come here, this is Anath Chakra. After that, you get into here. This is narrow. This is now we are traveling like this. It means here Visuddha Chakra, then comes to Agna Chakra. So when you are coming here, again, much more narrow down here. Here, so that means by the time you come here, you don't do any negative karmas. You never want to do any karma. Even you say, I'll give 100 crores. Namaste. I don't need 100 crore. I don't need 1 crore of you or 1 rupee of you. I don't need. I don't do any karmas. Even if you 100 crores also, he is not ready to do. The person who is having Visuddha Chakra activated. That's how the life goes on. The total journey of lives, it goes like that. Then after that, so the person who comes here, he talks truth. He don't waste his time. He try to do all public service. He try to help all the people. He never want to do anything for his own gain. The people who are operating here, the people who goes here, they always want to do meditation. Even in fact, here also they start meditation, but by the time they reach here, they are much more focused. So they only want to, swadhyaya, sajjana sangatya, teaching. Only they are just engaged into that, nothing else. Okay. So when they come here, fully narrowed down, highly focused, right? So now after that, what happened? When they go here, the thousand petals starts. That means totally they'll be complete into service. Okay, complete into service. They go on teach to the entire world like a Gautam Buddha. That's how it happens. Okay, this whole contract is there. And another question, Pitu dosha. Yes, it is not there. Don't worry. The reason is once they are departed, there is no connection between you and him, you and them. Okay, no more connection. Okay, once you want to connect means you should go and connect through spiritual. There are no other means. So once what happened, actually time is not much, but I will try to finish in only two minutes. So there was one incident or one incident in the Kabir's life, Kabir Das life. Okay, what happened is one fine day he was taking the water from the well and pouring onto the ground. Actually, he was going on doing that. There's no reason. There's nothing like a no trees, no plantation, because just he's putting the water for the plantation. No, nothing like that. Not watering any plant. Simply is taking water from the well and pouring onto the ground. Okay. Somebody came and a question. So are you mad or what? You are just wasting water. You are taking water from well and throwing on the ground. Why you are doing it? He said, all you do, right? You after somebody died, you try to give some pinda, whatever that, tarpanam, all this you do here. So how do you think, this go and reach somewhere? Similarly, what I'm doing, how you do that, I'm also doing like, my uncle's farm is 200 kilometers away. So I'm pouring the water here. I'm pouring water here so that this will go to the 200 kilometers. Are you mad or what? They question like that. Then he said same thing. See how you are doing the so-called Pitru dosha, that you are doing here on the Earth planet. You are thinking that is reaching the other worlds, higher worlds. How does it reach? Similar same. How you are mad? I'm also mad now. So he answered like that. You understood? Hope you got
Yes,
it.
sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
So one more small question is like, if we forget in our lifetime, then what is the purpose of this contract? Like we
Yes,
only,
yeah,
our soul
unless
only makes it.
that's what. Unless you get reminded, you keep coming here. There's no other way. See, that is the task. That's the task. You see, for example, in one game, if I give a task, so the task has to be achieved. Then only you won the game, isn't it? Until that, you keep you keep repeating the game. But finally, one fine day, you will definitely find out. That's how the great masters have found already, isn't it? Hmm?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now you're on the right track. You will find definitely.
Okay, so meditation and swadhyay and
Yes. So,
enlightenment, these are the only
yes.
thing we
Yes.
can do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, friends. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad.